James Bond might be a world-famous hero, but he's nothing without his gadgets. The most successful spies are the ones that you don't even know exist, blending into the background thanks to remarkable technology. Stealthy military agents may not fly into the room on jetpacks or shoot lasers from their eyes, but they certainly do have a few cunning tricks up their sleeves. From drones disguised as hummingbirds to a briefcase that will shock you, let's unleash our inner secret agent as we dive into the most impressive spy equipment on the market. For the right price, everyday civilians can get their hands on this spy tech as well. And yes, that includes thieving hackers. On any given day, it's fair to say that most of us find buzzing insects a little annoying. But when those insects are in fact international reconnaissance bugs trying to steal high-profile secrets, then they become a whole lot more dangerous. Alex Cassia, the chief executive of a technology startup called Animal Dynamics, is merging wildlife with espionage, applying lessons from Mother Nature's best flyers and adapting those lessons to the design of his drones. Take the Skeeter drone, for example, which is modeled off the Dragonfly. The U.S. military's 2020 defense budget included $3.7 billion for unmanned and autonomous systems, some of which has been allocated to sneaky spy drones just like the Skeeter, and the nano spy robot Mosquito drone. This little guy features a syringe for who knows what, a computer processor, hidden camera, and microphone. You wouldn't want someone to accidentally squash this $5,000 piece of equipment with a fly swatter, though. Tech companies and militaries aren't just experimenting with bugs, some are thinking bigger. What can fly higher, faster, and further than a bug? Yep, a bird. A PBS show called Nature recently released this footage of 500 million monarch butterflies swarming deep in the mountains of Mexico. Take a look. Pretty amazing, right? But how could footage like this be captured? There's no way any human could get that close to such a dramatic and rare animal event, because it wasn't a human. It was a multi-thousand-dollar spy drone. Not just any spy drone, one which was disguised as a hummingbird. The filmmakers chose a hummingbird because it typically feeds in these areas, so it wouldn't appear as a harmful intruder to the butterflies. By fixing a mesh material over the propellers embedded in the phony bird's wings, in the end, it really was harmless. If we can infiltrate butterfly swarms, then the sky's the limit. Drones are becoming increasingly popular with every passing day, and the numbers prove it. Industry Insights projects the global market for drone technologies, including spy drones, will reach $43.1 billion by 2024, up from $14.1 billion in 2018. When you think of a spy or a secret agent, be it James Bond, Maxwell Smart, or Sterling Archer, what comes to mind for most of us, it's the gadgets, the umbrella gun,
voice changer,
X-ray glasses, or the shoe phone. But being a spy is as much about the art of deception and blending in as it is about any high-tech equipment. If you ask former chief of disguise for the CIA, Jana Mendez, she'll tell you that the prime spy, the one who can really do the most damage, is the person who gets on and off the elevator without anyone even noticing. That's the goal of the CIA's design lab, to create a person that blends seamlessly into the background. How? By changing the clothes you wear, your posture, your dialect, and your habits. But for the ultimate immersion, that's when advanced prosthetic technology comes into the picture. Look at this woman. Now look at this man. Just like in Mission Impossible, these are the same person. And that illusion is all thanks to makeup and prosthetics. Custom prosthetics, or silicone body parts designed by Alter Appearances, can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. Still, it's pennies on the dollar compared to America's National Intelligence Program budget of $62.8 billion. The survival of an undercover agent is largely dependent on what's in their briefcase. The tools of their trade can make or break their success. Espionage equipment continues to become more exciting and more difficult to identify, so much so that the briefcase itself is now the first line of defense. Check this out. Not only is this briefcase designed with a built-in 120 decibel alarm to ward off any thieves from taking your spy tools or classified letters, but at the touch of a button, it can emit an instant electric shock from every single one of its surfaces, 100 kilovolts to be precise, which is more than enough to do some serious damage, especially if you pay a little extra for the optional tear gas dispenser. This suitcase isn't restricted to the CIA or the military. If you've got a spare $400 lying around, you could buy one for yourself. Just be aware that hospital bills could flow into the thousands, not to mention the cost of potential lawsuits if it gets into the wrong hands. The espionage world tracks technology innovation as closely as any industry on the planet that we know. But for every step the white hats take, the shady black hats follow suit, finding a way to utilize modern technology for all the wrong reasons. Case in point, RFID identity theft, aka wireless identity theft or contactless identity theft. Using radio waves, thieves carrying an RFID reader can swipe digital information from your credit cards or mobile phone just by walking past you. They don't even have to touch you to gain access to your personal information. It's a scary thought, and while it's unlikely to happen to the average Joe, Americans still reported losing more than $1.9 billion related to fraud complaints just like this one in 2019 alone. Being a spy is as much about protecting yourself as it is about observing others, which is why a simple but effective RFID repellent tool is essential. If fraudsters did target a high-ranking spy, imagine the potential destruction the leaked information could cause. Fortunately, that repellent exists in the form of the RFID cell phone signal blocking pouch. It's not extravagant or colorful. It doesn't have any bells and whistles. It just does what it's supposed to: keep personal information protected. Basic leather versions can be found for this for as little as $20 online, a small price to pay for keeping million-dollar secrets safe. For anyone with an active interest in the spy world, you'll know that the objective, first and foremost, is to obtain information. There are a number of ways to infiltrate a location while remaining in the shadows, perhaps none more proven than the hidden camera. You've surely heard of teddy bear cameras, where one of the eyes creepily follows you, or smoke detector spy cameras, or even spy glasses, but all of those pieces of equipment share one flaw: they can still be rather obvious. For something more subtle, for something found in every single home and office in the country, this, friends, is the spy pen. It's just one of the many powerful products combining to grow the video surveillance industry to a $74.6 billion value. The remarkable tool includes a hidden camera for HD photo and video recording, 32 gigabytes of storage, and a motion detector. Of course, what good would a spy pen be, one which costs between $50 and $1,000, if you couldn't actually use it to write? Unlike your typical biro, there's no disposing and rebuying when this one breaks. With potential billion-dollar secrets stored inside, shelling out a few $100 in hard drive repair costs would be essential. Secretly spying, that's cool. But let's shimmy over to the real James Bond stuff. What you've all been waiting for, the high-tech weapons. A spy tool is never what it appears to be. It's an overlapping industry of technology where nothing is quite what it seems. Take one look at the $500 wasp gas injection knife, and you'll see exactly what we mean. On the surface, this looks like your typical combat knife, but what you don't see is the hidden gas cartridge within the handle. Just press the button, and the pressurized CO2 is released from a small hole at the end of the knife, causing an internal explosion and obliterating whatever is unlucky enough to be in its path. If it can do this to a watermelon, just imagine its impact on an enemy who's unmasked you as a spy. Unsettling? Maybe. Effective? Heck yeah. If you thought that was cool, get ready for something even more impressive. This is the Photonic Disruptor, a high-tech laser weapon specifically designed for military and law enforcement use only. Does that include undercover spies? If it did, would they even tell us? Anyway, made by a company called Wicked Lasers, this $600 piece of tech is a temporary vision obstructor. Shine it right into the eyes of your target and they'll experience immediate dizziness and blurred vision. Thankfully, permanent eye damage is avoided and the effects wear off before too long. Could you see 007 carrying one of these around? We sure could. Who says that spies are all out working for the greater good? As we saw with the RFID scanners, criminal spies have a number of tactics to access personal and privileged information. As society becomes more reliant on computers, cyber hackers are finding new ways to do their dirty work. Researchers from a company called Checkmarks have discovered an alarming security flaw that suggests that some hackers are using downloadable Android apps to spy on us without our knowledge. Hackers can record voice calls, access your stored videos or photos, and operate the camera in stealth mode. To combat the country's $150 million worth of annual data breaches, companies like Samsung and Google are forced to regularly spend millions of dollars of their own for software updates and cybersecurity testing. While we're chatting about hijacked phones, have you ever had a call unsuspectingly drop out? Blame the poor cell service, right? Wrong. blame the spies. As it turns out, handheld devices known as cell jammers are widely available, which let you cut any 4G, 3G, 2G, or GPS transmissions in your immediate area, all with the simple press of a button. Most good quality cell phone jammers cost $200 or more. However, they're outlawed in the USA and the European Union. Do federal spy agencies have to abide by those laws? We'd rather not make enemies with someone who carries gas injection knives and photonic disruptors, so we'll let you decide that one for yourself. If you were recruited as the next diabolical CIA spy, which sinister devices would you keep in your toolbox? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thanks so much for checking out The Richest. Have a great day.